I would say this is the least prepared I've ever been for this.
Really?
Do you like know what to like? I have not. There's not a thought in my head.
I mean, like there are rapid thoughts always going through my head. That's number one.
I'm pretty sure that's not normal.
You don't think that's normal?
No, I googled it.
What does it say about us?
I think it is definitely it's like in the ADHD realm.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to self-diagnose. I don't want to be like an armchair physician.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's normal to 24/7 have different thoughts entering your head without you thinking them at all times.
Can you imagine if we took Adderall?
When they take the amphetamines and Glee, you know what I'm talking about?
I unfortunately don't. You messed me with that one.
I'm going to need you to really reassess your relationship to, honestly, me. Because if you don't, every Glee reference I've ever made, you don't know.
Because the thing is, Joe, it's like, I need to rewatch Glee. You know what I mean?
What's stopping you?
I don't think that I have a lot of time.
Oh my God. I'm so sick of people saying they don't have time to watch something, you know?
I feel like you literally say that all the time.
I know. I just want to watch Stranger Things
movies
so badly. I watched Marcel the Show last night.
You did. You cried.
Good. Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
Good children. The thing is with our runs sometimes, it's just like we don't hit the notes. But it's not about the destination. It's the journey. No,
Life's a climb, but the view is great. Lucas
Yes.
Till, Hannah Montana movie.
Yes.
Hey, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of Good Children, the podcast where me and Andrew discuss our joint childhood in the late 2000s, early 2010s, and all of the nostalgia, trauma, and family vacations that came along with it.
Ooh. Today we're talking about travel. That's why we're in our fun shirts.
I
love that shirt, Joe.
Thank you. This is one of my most prized possessions. Yeah. It is Taco Bell's 30th birthday commemorative shirt from like the 90s. People like want like their vintage Jean Paul Gaultier. Like, no, I want vintage Taco Bell.
Yeah, you're like, I want a chalupa on my shirt.
What are you wearing? Animal Kingdom Lodge?
So this is the thing about my shirt, and I didn't want to wear it today, but I'm wearing it because it's travel, because Joe has actually like dragged this shirt through the mud, which is fine. Like, I honestly like the way that it looks. I think that I rock it. And yeah, I am serving you Animal Kingdom Lodge. I'm serving you Disney College Program.
You are. You really are.
I am.
You almost did.
I almost did the Disney College Program.
Shallow water lifeguard at Typhoon Lagoon. What was going through your head? What was really genuinely going through your head? Because if I know one thing about you, it's that you don't really care about Disney.
No, I know.
And the DCP kids are putting themselves through hell because they love Disney.
What was going through my head? It was more of a fuck the system, if I'm being quite honest.
Oh, it was your Katniss.
Yeah, it was kind of like, I went to school for finance, and I was like, absolutely not.
Right.
Everybody was like getting an investment banking job, and I was like, that sounds boring.
You said,
so
I know just what to do.
I said, yeah, I'm going to do the Disney College Program because that's fun. And then I was like, I'm going to be able to work for Disney. It's going to be amazing. And then I went on my interview, and I was like, this is going to be really good.
Right.
And then they were like, from everything that you talked about, we think that you're best suited for the shallow water lifeguard at Typhoon Lagoon.
And
I said, it's not even deep water?
No.
What the fuck?
Well, how deep is shallow water? Like,
I would say like up to 3 feet. So like I'm dealing with infants.
Oh my God. That's
and
actually
shit.
Scarier. Yeah, infants and shit.
Yeah.
Oh. Again, we met on vacation.
Yes.
That's something that I don't think people are talking about enough.
No one's talking about that pool.
No,
we're talking about the pool.
We're definitely like, we won't shut the fuck up about it.
Universal's honestly not talking enough
Universal
about
Studios, I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say it, but...
No. You're saying,
bitch,
out. Better have my money.
Yeah, pay up.
Yep.
Pay up, or at the very least, give me a comped room. Like, I need that situation.
Yes.
We're going in October, and I really genuinely need that. I hate to continually bring up the fact that we are facing mutual financial hardship. But we are facing mutual financial hardship. Like, we have a spending problem.
Yes.
The thing about a vacation, especially when you're a kid, is you would meet the friends that you're going to keep for the rest of your life on those trips.
Yeah.
Any other child around the same age as you, you're coming home with me. You're my best friend.
You're my best friend. And the thing is, it's like in reality, like we probably won't talk 2 weeks later,
right.
Which is so unfortunate. But in the moment,
I would say the next day I won't.
Yeah, in the moment, I'm like, you're going to be at my wedding.
Hello.
Hi.
We kind of proved that one true.
Yeah, we did.
If we were straight, the name of this podcast would be probably like Vacation Friends. And like that
Vacation Bros.
Vacation Bros.
Cation Bros. Cation Bros.
Cation Bros?
No, I said Cation.
Oh my God. You think if we were straight, we'd have vocal fry?
I do think so, honestly.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how many straight men I know who have vocal fry.
What's up?
Yeah, you kind of do have it there.
Yeah,
I really feel like Yeah, I like banging so many babes.
Yeah, chicks. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Kendrick Lamar.
Lamar Odom.
Oh my god. Like Khloe Kardashian.
So honestly, like talking about vacation, I
can't sleep.
Give a fuck how early I have to wake up for that plane. I'm not sleeping.
But how have we not gotten to a point culturally where you don't have to get up at the crack ass of dawn to go on vacation? Like, why does every vacation start with living hell?
It's a
Especially a family vacation.
Because they're like, we want to get there early.
My dad is pissed.
Yes.
My mom is actually being like, you guys are ungrateful. You're acting ungrateful.
Yep.
I'm fighting my sister. There's no joy.
Nope, you're
no
dehydrated.
Joy.
And
I'm freaking out.
I'm going to be quite honest. You get to the airport and it's the worst experience of your life. You're going through TSA. And listen, the TSA workers are doing amazing. They're doing an amazing job. But I'm getting yelled at. And I honestly I can't
get yelled at
so much.
Do you remember like a time in your, I feel like you were getting yelled at more than I was in school, but like,
oh yeah,
the feeling of a teacher yelling at me, I genuinely think I would immediately start ballistically sobbing. Like
for me, it was more red in the face. The first day of 8th grade, I was chewing a piece of gum. First of all, what was that deal?
Why is gum a band, but AK-47s aren't?
Yeah, people are like smoking joints in the parking lot, but I'm chewing a piece of Trident. Okay, I was chewing a piece of Trident, and she was like, "Spit that out right now." And I was like, "Excuse me." I was like, and you know me in that moment.
You
I was
were
like,
kind of bitchy.
You
got to that point. You weren't always
did.
like that, but then like you got this like you had this like diva attitude in 8th grade.
Yeah, it was 8th grade because I was like, "It's literally gum." And she was like, spit it out.
Who were you
against the
hanging out
rules.
with that made you a diva? I was going to say.
Yeah. So I don't like getting yelled at. And that's why when I'm going through the TSA and they're like, take off your shoes, I'm like, oh my God, I can't get my laces off quick enough.
Yeah.
Like, I need to wear like a slide on.
As a kid, when they introduced those fucking scanners that like they would like show your whole body, like it would be like nude basically.
I'm like covering my privates.
I was like, I was like fluffing before I got through that scanner. I was like 12 years old being like, they have to know I have a big dick. Yeah. And that was my priority. And like, I felt humiliated. I felt exposed. But more than that, I also always wanted to see their POV. You know what I mean?
What are they seeing? I wanted to say that too, but honestly, like, it is small cock summer, so it doesn't matter.
Small cock summer. Small cock summer.
So it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? They can see anything. Your bag is going through that little conveyor belt.
I'm going through TSA like I'm about to take down a plane.
Yes.
I'm 10 years old. I'm like, they're going to get me this time. It has to be this time.
It has to be this time. And then they put your bag to the side and you're like...
I'm like, they found my gun.
Oh my God.
I always assume that I am genuinely like a criminal.
Yeah. You go through their
Catholic guilt.
It must be Catholic guilt.
People always throw around the phrase Catholic guilt. I have no fucking clue what they're talking about. No. I can assume I have a lot of it.
Oh, we are walking Catholic guilt. Turbulence. When turbulence happens, you love turbulence?
I don't mind it anymore.
I honestly, good. That's the place that you need to be. For me, like, I actually don't mind it. When it does happen, I accept my fate. I'm like, I'm dead. What are people going to say about me?
I remember being on a flight when I was like 15 years old and the turbulence got really bad.
Yeah.
It always comes back to the fucking Hunger Games with me. And I was like, oh, this plane is going to go down. So what I did was take out my iPad and I wrote the first chapter of a Hunger Games fan fiction about Effie Trinket and said, when they find this iPad, they will publish this.
It wasn't even like a bio. It wasn't anything to do with you. It was Effie Trinket.
Heels clinked down the mahogany floors. It was like fully just about Effie Trinket. And I was like, this is what they'll find.
If you were on Spirit, they'd say, get in the storage.
Get in the plane.
Although, like, I have no qualms with Spirit. I think that it is a fantastic airline, and I would fly it because it's cheaper. And you know what the thing is about Americans who fly? They expect snacks, and they expect drinks, and they expect TVs. When you're in Europe, they're like, get on the flight. You're going to make it to your destination. There might be turbulence, but... We'll see you there.
So, you're very European.
I'm very European.
Our like first big vacation together, I would say, right? Except for obviously Universal Studios, it was Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I think that you have done a lot of crazy things, a lot of disgusting things in your life, but I don't know if anything will ever top the plate of shit.
Okay, the plate of shit. I have said it before, and I'll say it again. I have crippling IBS, and we had fucking vat of banana pudding. Banana pudding. I was spooning that in my mouth probably after having Popeyes for the first time.
Yeah.
And then banana pudding. It doesn't bode well.
Right.
So
one thing about us is we love a lazy river.
Yeah.
Like, I love nothing more than gracefully floating along a stream of water.
If we were a body of water, it would be a lazy river. It was a not so lazy river. I needed to run back to the hotel room.
I, for some reason, chose to go back with you.
There were 2 bathrooms, and
Thank God.
I obviously went to one of them, and I was like, listen, like, I'm smacking my arms against this wall. It was definitely like a painful experience. But anyways, I went to the bathroom, and then I went to go flush, and you know, it happens to everybody. It was clogged. It clogged.
But you've clogged almost, I would say, every toilet you've ever sat on.
Yeah, that's why I don't go to the bathroom at people's houses.
Because you've historically clogged toilets.
Yeah. That's why I also don't use public restrooms normally, because I'm like, I don't know what to do if it got clogged and there's not a plunger. But in the hotel room, there was no plunger. So I clogged this toilet.
And the next logical step.
I was like, shit. Like, literally, figuratively. I was like, what am I going to do? We were going to call somebody.
You called maintenance. And then you also didn't want the maintenance person to see your bowl of shit. So that is where you had the brilliant idea
to slap it on a plate.
Ugh!
I was slapping shit on plates. And I took that shit, I put it on a plate, and then I ran it to the other bathroom, slid it into the toilet, flushed. I probably divvied up half.
You took a few trips back and forth.
I did. At the end of the day, that was kind of genius.
It speaks volumes to the kind of person you are.
Yeah.
You are ashamed, you are innovative, and you're intelligent.
That's what it is.
And you have IBS.
And I have IBS. But Tennessee was fun. Dollywood.
The fact that Dolly Parton has a theme park is absolutely one of the most batshit things about America.
Yep.
Like, do I think that she does not deserve one? Absolutely not. She deserves that theme park.
Yep.
But what? Like, she's our generation's Walt Disney.
Yes.
Like, she has a theme park and she invented the COVID vaccine. She's the reason we got vaccinated.
Yeah, thank you, Dolly, for all of my doses.
Like, hello?
All of my doses and all of probably the funnel cakes that I had at Dollywood.
Have you ever had a Krispy Kreme?
Have you ever had a Krispy Kreme? Have you ever had a Krispy Kreme when the red light is on?
I feel like I've never experienced that.
I have experienced it way too many times.
I'm sure that you have.
I feel like we experienced it in Tennessee. And that's why, like, Krispy Kreme, anything, the grass is always greener. I like to say that. But you experience anything in a different place when you're on vacation. This is the best thing I've ever had. That was one of the best donuts I've had because I was in Tennessee. I was in Pigeon Forge. I didn't even know that existed. And now I'm having a glazed donut that's hot as hell.
I feel like my whole experience on that trip was marred by the fact that I had just finished looking for Alaska in the car right there. Yeah.
Wait.
La 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 la.
Toms.
We've been dying to bring it up.
We've been dying to talk about Toms.
A man in Toms is a happy person. That's the best I could say.
That's actually, I will only let you say that.
Like,
they're a happy person, and honestly, they don't wear socks. And
that sounds right up your alley.
Let's chat.
The thing about Toms is, like, I think I owned, I would say, 12 pairs in high school. Like, I put on a Toms, and then a singular Tom.
I think I put on my Toms.
I put on my Toms, and first of all, the original pride flag was the Toms flag. If you had a Toms flag in your childhood bedroom,
was it like
you are LGB or T or Q or
what
I.
color was it?
It was blue and white and blue. Like, I really do think we should start a petition and Tom should get on board. Like, I want every corporation next June changes their logo to the Toms logo, and that's how you know. And a straight girl who wore Toms, an ally. Like,
when they had the little clip on their backpack.
Oh my God.
I wanted to hold their hand.
Because I trusted them.
Absolutely.
And you know for a fact, where were they going after school? Panera Bread.
Panera Bread. They were.
The Toms to Panera Bread pipeline is, those girls are our listeners.
Yep. Do you want to talk about New Orleans? Do you want to talk about that experience?
I'm willing to talk about New Orleans.
Okay. We'll leave out some details.
But
let's talk about New Orleans.
It is the year 2019. That is the trip where I learned that all straight men are gay.
Yes, because they have so many questions.
They want to know
about
everything.
They're like,
sick.
And the thing is, like, if they're gonna say, like, oh, if I was gay, I'd be a bottom.
What?
Wait.
I think truly any boyfriend of a straight girl is gay. Maybe not in practice, but in theory, that's a gay man. I don't think there's anyone who's ever showed more interest in me as a person than my girlfriend's boyfriends.
Yes.
They want to know everything. They can't get
love.
enough.
They
It's
can't
like
get enough.
National Geographic when they're near a gay man. They have to know every
21
bit.
questions.
Yeah,
They actually do 21 questions.
21 questions. The amount of times I've explained PrEP, unfortunately, my prescription ran out, and then my doctor said if I wanted to keep getting it, I have to go to a contagious disease expert.
No. Back to New Orleans.
Oh my God. We're talking about travel? That city to me is one of the most haunted places in America, and I don't mean the ghosts. I mean energetically wise, like you walk down those streets and you see some of the most twisted, most insane bachelorette parties you'll ever see in your entire life. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you
know
mean.
the shirts.
And
You know the matching shirts.
I know the matching shirts.
One thing about a bride-to-be is they are getting 45 matching tank tops on Etsy, and they are wearing those to death.
That poor maid of honor, she must be out thousands.
Thousands. It is actually like, why, when a straight girl gets engaged, do they form a small army? Like, they
Future Mrs. Smith. I'm like, yeah, you are. Like, but amazing. Congrats for you. Slay. Wear your sash.
Wear your merch of your husband with pride.
And have an amazing time.
And make all of your friends do it too. One thing also about like a vacation ever since the apps is like the amount of time that I do invest in Scruff and Grindr without acting on it. It feels like 80% of the trip is just being seen digitally.
Yeah.
Which does not bode well for the human spirit.
No, it doesn't bode well. I mean, like, you're like swapping pics and you're
oh
like,
my God, swapping pics.
You're like swapping pics and you're like at the bar drinking a drink and you're like,
you're
I'm
like,
actually never going to be able to see you because I'm like with my friends.
And then you
family.
like look up and you're like, oh, I just saw your hole. You're like, oh, it's the bartender's hole
like,
that I was looking at.
Oh, hey.
That's great. I think one of the most alluring parts of a summer vacation as a kid was the promise of going back to school and sort of bragging about it.
Mm-hmm.
Being like, I'm going to get my creative writing assignment on week 1, and it's going to be like, what did you do this summer? And I'm going to be like, went to South Carolina.
Honestly, like, yeah, there was a huge slay. It was a huge slay in Spanish class. It was a huge slay in Spanish class because how did you start every single writing assignment? You were like,
Hola and hello, I'm Joel, your daily dose of music. Today the top on the charts is Vamos a la Playa, a catchy tune about going to La Playa, the beach.
oh my God, how do you say summer in Spanish?
Verano? El Verano? Verano.
No, it's not Verano.
I'm like 99.
I don't know it. But in Spanish class, every writing assignment, it was either like last week I did this, or this summer, or last summer I did this.
Yeah, you're so
And it was
right.
like, went to the playa. You know what I mean? Vacation, hotels, bathrooms.
I'm horny.
Yeah. Wait, that was kind of, yes.
Is that what you were gonna
exactly
say?
Yes, that's exactly where I was going with that, because horny in that bathroom.
About?
It's just like, I don't know. It's like that shampoo and conditioner is there. The little soaps
And I'm
are
like,
waiting
oh
for
my
you. And you're kind of like,
God.
oh my God. Like,
The lighting is always a little too good.
You're like taking pics in the mirror and you're like, ooh.
It's 60% of the trip.
That's why I want to stay in a hotel.
I know,
Honestly,
I
for the
always,
clean
like-
sheets and the nice bathroom.
That was the dream of Zach and Cody.
Why do I deprive myself of that here? Clean sheets and a nice bathroom?
Yeah, we could have both of those things every day. And we just like don't wash our sheets and we don't clean our bathroom.
When you add an Andes mint on the bed.
At one point you told me you were going to start putting Andes mints in our beds at night. And I was so excited. And you never committed.
I never committed because it's just like, I didn't like go to get the Andes mints. But I also said something like, if you make my bed, I'll make your bed.
I forgot that we have to start making each other's beds.
Because I just like sometimes I can't bring myself.
I would
to
do
make
that.
my bed.
Is your
I'm
bed
so
made right
lazy.
now?
Yeah, it's made.
Golden Corral.
A golden corral.
That is fine dining.
That I mean, yeah. I mean, like, how do you have that much food?
No, and how do I eat it all?
You're going up for at least 3 rounds.
You know what's so anxiety-inducing is an all-you-can-eat sushi where they get mad at you. You don't finish it. You have to like pay for it.
Oh yeah.
I have been in experiences where I've had to like shove sushi in my shirt to leave because I was like, I can't let this happen.
You're a sushi shover?
I mean, who among us can say they haven't?
I've shoved a few food items in my clothing before.
Can you explain?
Yeah, now that I no longer work for the company, I can explain it. But when I was at work, like there was like chicken tenders, and like for me, it was just like I was pinching pennies. So like I like wanted the chicken tenders, so like I had like 3 chicken tenders to just shove in my pocket.
You were stealing? You stole chicken tenders?
At my workplace. I mean, it's like a rite of passage.
Apparently.
Like, people want to steal chicken tenders, like because you want to.
I never felt compelled. You went through a klepto phase, right?
I went through like a small klepto phase, but it wouldn't be like klepto anything big. It was
you were like stealing Locatelli cheese.
Yeah. Why is Locatelli cheese $10?
Why are you stealing Locatelli cheese?
Because it's premium cheese and I'm not willing to pay $10 for it, and it tastes the best. It's $10. No, I will also say I wasn't really stealing anything as much as I was like eating things.
I will never forget catching you stealing. You were shoving a thing of like Swedish fish into your hoodie pocket. We were like, Andrew, what are you doing? And he said, I was just checking to see if it would fit. That was your excuse.
That actually was probably true though. Because the thing is with movie theaters, like I always have anxiety around bringing my own snacks in there because I think they're going to stop me.
That's TSA energy.
It is.
Why do I feel
TSA
like
energy.
if I walk into a movie theater with external food or snack, they will actually execute me on spot? Like,
yes.
Like, that has always been. As a kid, if my mom was bringing in food, I was like, this is how we all go to prison.
Like, as if we think that the people that
give a single
they're going to say, open your bag, ma'am. I was like, Mom, is your bag big enough to carry the water bottles?
Yeah, I was always so angry, stressed. Like I was like, I can't.
Water bottle like always in my crotch. I'm like, they're gonna think that this is normal.
People now think that we're just liars.
No.
I said that I made the Long Island Snapchat filter, and multiple people in my DMs were like, is this actually true? Why the fuck would I lie about
Where's
that?
the lie? Yeah, you didn't want to lie about that one.
No.
Joe, and you made it known that you had the Massapequa filter. And I was like, Joe, I was like, everybody. I was like, Joe made the Long Island filter and Joe made the Massapequa filter, so like you better use it. And the Tobay Beach filter.
The Tobay Beach filter
was some of your best work.
I forgot that was my best work.
It was.
I think that that's a really interesting era in our lives. Like, what was that? Like 2015 when like Snapchat filters became. I would say that was like the coolest thing you could do online at that point. Was like. Go somewhere that had a Snapchat filter. Yeah. And I bet you kids these days like genuinely don't even know what the fuck we're talking about because it's so obsolete. It is so weird. Yeah. But like you would like again, I would go into oh my God, I would take the LRR into New York just to post a Snapchat that says Manhattan. Yeah. Like I was obsessed.
That's not normal.
Yeah, well, I'm obviously not normal. I think we've established that there's a lot of don't fuck with cats energy here. And I remember the Williamsburg filter, it's still here. And I was like, oh my God, I get to post them in Williamsburg and everyone gets to see it. Yeah. And I probably had like 40 Snapchat friends, but it was my biggest priority. It was like Snapchat filters.
Anywhere like you go. Anywhere you go. Yeah. I mean, like I'm not using Snapchat really at all anymore, but when I was.
It was the best.
I mean, vacation anywhere, New York, anywhere.
I would land somewhere. Yeah. And I would immediately.
You're at a beach and you're like, boom, boom, boom.
I remember summer 2015, we took a road trip down the coast and I think I used my entire family's data plan for the month on like August 3rd because I spent the entire trip swiping so I could hit every single possible Snapchat filter down the coast. Mm-hmm. I wonder what we're doing now that will feel that way. Yeah. Be Real.
Be Real.
Be Real is one of the stupidest fucking apps.
It is because
you said you love it just now. So like,
and we're like, am I lying? Am I lying?
You need to be
real.
The
thing is about Be Real. I do like Be Real because it does like you can't hide really anything, and it also shows you how many times
retakes.
That one freaks me.
I posted my dick the other day. Did you notice this? It wasn't on purpose.
Joe,
it was not on purpose. It was not on purpose. I was posting that I was soaking my toe in a bucket of water because I had an ingrown toenail.
Oh my gosh.
It just gets worse. It wasn't my full nude unsheathed penis.
Yeah.
It was like my underwear. Like, you know, because it does that. Yeah. The wide lens.
It does a huge.
So I was pointing it at my toe, but it had captured like my underwear. And I was wearing my Manscaped underwear. I really don't want to yell at you.
Why are you gonna yell at me?
I know you've been using my Manscaped on your face.
It's just like whatever is there for me to use, I'm gonna use it.
But like, I do feel like every product in that kit is like mine. Do you know what I mean? Like, I care deeply about the lawnmower and the weed whacker and the ball deodorant and the ball toner.
Speak of the ball deodorant, Joe, I know that you're also using my ball deodorant.
You're actually right.
I know.
I have.
I know you have been because
sometimes I don't want a stinky ball. Support for Good Children is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in below-the-waist grooming.
Their products are precision-engineered tools for your grooming needs. Manscaped's Performance Package is the ultimate hygiene bundle.
Join over 4 million individuals worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code GOODCHILDREN at manscaped.com. First of all, our bathroom walls are not insulated. I've heard every noise you've ever made in that bathroom.
You've heard the shrieks and the shrills.
I've heard more than shrieks and shrills, but I did recently hear a loud yelp.
Yes, I did yelp at the top of my lungs because as I was shaving,
right,
I slit.
You sashimi'd your balls.
I sashimi'd my balls. And the thing is with that, it's like there's nothing worse than that because you're like, wait, why is it bleeding?
Like, wait, am I going to bleed out?
Yeah, I was like, wait, that's blood?
If Manscaped did not send us the performance package, I don't think I would see my balls again.
I don't think I would either. Because at the end of the day, it's an SCS, but it's also a SBS. It's a smooth ball summer. The best thing about it is that you can shave in the shower because no longer are you shaving over the floor or shaving over the toilet.
And like, I have had it up to here with the amount of pubes you have left on and around our toilet.
Stop. I've used Manscaped for a while now and they've updated that razor.
No, wait, I was going to say the same thing. I know the original Manscaped razor. I had it for years. Yeah. This new one is like, it's fucking CSI shit. It's incredible.
It's incredible. But it also comes with ball toner and ball deodorant. And if you know anything about me, I'm a sucker for ball deodorant.
We know that gooch stinks.
Oh my God. No, it doesn't.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
And the last thing that's included in there as well, and Joe, this one's a big one for you.
The weed whacker.
The weed whacker.
I am someone who suffers from extreme body hair, but especially my nostrils.
Yeah, you do have like a long-haired nostril.
Thank you for noticing, and thank you for saying that.
Absolutely.
I definitely, the moment I unboxed that from Manscaped, I immediately shoved that up there as fast as I possibly could, and it's just nice to sometimes not have a nostril hair.
No. I know it's called Manscaped, and I hate to rebrand it to We're All Scaped, but we're all scaping.
They scaped.
They scaped. They all scaped. So, like, regardless if you're a girl, gay, they... or a straight man. Use Manscaped. You better get those fingers clacking.
Listen up. You like our podcast? You like us? You're going to buy a Manscaped right now.
You're going to buy Manscaped
and you're going to use code GOODCHILDREN.
Good Children.
20% off and free shipping. And you can use your roommates on your face as well. If you happen to have a podcast with your roommate, go right ahead and take their Manscaped and put it directly on the mouth.
Might as well slather their deodorant everywhere over your body as well.
I don't like the tension.
Be Real is giving Apple Watch energy.
It gives prison.
Yeah, it's like
I feel like I'm in jail whenever I Be Real.
You're late.
But also,
you're late.
That's the thing. If you're going to tell me I'm late, make the fucking app work.
Yeah.
Because you say you have 2 minutes and I'm pressing post my Be Real for 15 times in a row and nothing happens.
To book a monkeypox vaccine. I'm like, me, please. That's Be Real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the monkeypox vaccines were distributed via Be Real, that would actually probably be one of the most effective things this country has ever done.
Yes.
But I think Be Real is something that, like, I mean, maybe I'll eat my words, but I don't think we'll be being real in 6 months.
I agree. It's like a yik.
But that's like
yik yak.
Yik yak.
I once did play the bagpipes because we've talked about bagpipes. I play the bagpipes. And I played the bagpipes on the quad, and then someone said, like, bagpipe boy's really hot.
They were bullying you? Have you ever seen the video of the gays finding out that Princess Diana died?
Yes.
Imagine that, but it's 10 high school juniors finding out that Snapchat does video. Like, yeah. I was like, this is about to be the single-handedly the most impactful thing to happen to our generation ever. I feel really honored to be here in your presence because I'm here in the presence of the Universal Studios Hard Rock Hotel Resort's premier belly flop competition champion in the year 2011.
Do you think that was bullying? Do you think that was a form of bullying, or did I rightfully
I
win
think
that
you
belly
rightfully
flop?
flopped your way to the top. I feel like we were practicing a belly flop often in a pool.
Because I knew that I was going to have that moment, because I was going to be that person. I was going to be that kid that went up and said, I'm going to do the belly flop competition and I'm going to win.
There is nothing that feels more like truly luxurious.
Yeah.
Like as a 11-year-old, like I am sexy, I am smart, I'm confident, I'm in charge, I'm holding a virgin strawberry daiquiri.
Yeah. And honestly, like, you can add alcohol to them for, like, fine, like, I'll enjoy it.
It's
but
not
like,
as good.
Not the same.
It's not as good.
I think that most people will agree a virgin pina colada and a virgin strawberry daiquiri are better.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask for 2 maraschinos.
I'm going to ask for a whole cup.
I wish.
The level of body dysmorphia and absolute, like, terror and shame I felt walking up to a water slide as a child.
First of all, why were there that many steps?
Why was it always...
I get it needs to be high.
You're soaking wet, you're freezing cold.
And you're out of breath.
And you're like this. I'm literally like 8 years old like this.
But honestly, I do remember when I was doing that, I kind of was always making it like I was on like a Vogue cover.
Andrew, that's notoriously what you've done.
Yeah. I always was like...
You're always...
And I kind of was always clenching the tit.
It was hell.
Yeah, because then you would get up there and there was...
At
like that moment, hot lifeguard.
Hot lifeguard. And you're like 4'1".
I would get burnt on my back. And then I'd be like, wait, I can justify getting a swim shirt. It's like kind of like when I stared at the sun and like shoved a straw between my teeth to get braces and then glasses. Yeah. Because I thought that was cool.
I didn't wear my retainer because I wanted a snaggletooth like Miley. The things that we put ourselves through to...
Fit in?
To fit in, but to stand out.
Yeah.
But you were always standing out to me. You know what I mean?
You were always standing up to me.
Oh my God, you guys.
Wait.
That's really sweet.
That's really sweet.
I wanted to stand out, but not for who I was, but who I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And I think that has been the biggest cultural shift for me, is kind of accepting that, like, I do stand out, not in spite of who I am, but because of who I am.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's like really important for you to realize.
I was 13 Googling how to be a hipster. You know, like that was my goal at that point. Like I was obsessed with the idea of being a hipster.
And I was like, I can't wear checkered Vans because I can't be a hipster. I can't pretend to be something I'm not.
That traumatized me.
Yeah. That traumatized you. But like you were always doing... It wasn't that you were pretending to be somebody
I was.
You made it. You were
not.
pretending to be somebody you're not, but then you made it your brand. For me, I was like, I need to stay in my lane, and I can't pretend to be somebody that I'm not because people are going to judge me for that.
Yeah. See, I was like, I'd rather you judge me for like weird fashion choices and weird things that I've done than judge me for like my actual self.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'll throw on the Amish hat. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'll throw on the skin tight skinny jean and the suede Chelsea boot and the collar cuffs. Because I was like, at least it's not my body or my voice or the fact that I'm gay. It was like, that makes it better. Yeah. Whoa. Wait, did you flip?
I didn't flip.
Oh my God, you have to flip. This is like not an ad. Actually, we genuinely actually really do support Sunboy. It's a boozy coconut water.
I'm not kidding, so good. We were on a boat.
We met the founders,
Yair and Luke.
And that was enough for us to say, we need as much of this as possible, and we will talk about it with pleasure.
We sucked these down on that boat like they were water. Joe kept saying to me that they had no alcohol in them.
What we are doing, and we promise you this right now, is we will not talk about something, we will not advertise something if we saw you in real life, say you should get this.
Yeah. I genuinely am enthused by the things that I buy.
Yes.
So like I'm going to tell people to buy it.
Right. And this is us saying to you, like, listen, if you're someone who drinks a spiked seltzer, like, you should try one of these. Yeah. Like, I do recommend. All right, you guys, we are not kidding when we say, like, that we are becoming really close friends with everyone who messages us. And our two queens, Sadie and Julia, they this morning were like, you guys need to do an advice column.
Yeah.
So I
who
do
better
think,
than us to give advice?
Yeah, like I think that we definitely seem stable. We seem like we have sage wisdom to offer.
Yeah, and we're like are chasing the guidance counselor in high school.
Yeah. So welcome to the girls' room. Is 4 hours too long to drive to see your best friend just for funsies? I feel like she expects me to visit, but I just like being separate. But talking every day. Am I a bad friend? This is very you.
This is so me because I used to live in Boston and a lot of my friends are still in Boston and that's 4 hours away. And honestly, like, I feel very similar to whoever asked for this advice. I would say get in the car and drive.
No way. I was going to say you don't have to.
I would say get in the car and drive at least once. Like, they deserve to see you in person. Yeah, you can FaceTime. You can do it all. Like, you can talk every single day. But, like, you should want to be with your friend.
Yeah, and if you don't want to be with your friend, actually, that's something else to dive deeper into.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you shouldn't be friends.
Yeah.
But is there like a tension that you're not really addressing? Do you feel like you're really being hurt in that friendship? Like, what is it that's making you avoid seeing your friend? This one is just how to corporate America. 1, 2, 3, pass. No. Yeah, skip it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
If you have the opportunity, if there's a situation that you can avoid corporate America, I highly encourage. Corporate America, hell.
No.
Worst years of my life.
And now, like, every corporation is trying to blind you from it being corporate. And,
yeah,
like, they're
I'm
like,
sorry.
Yeah, we have a bar.
Free cold brew is not getting me to enjoy my job.
Sorry, a ping pong table isn't going to solve anything.
No. I'm going off to college and will be 15 hours from home. I've lived in the same place my whole life, and leaving is freeing, but also terrifying. How should I go about meeting new people and making these new connections? The intimidation of whether or not they'll like me is draining.
No.
Also, love y'all.
I love you.
And don't fucking worry for another second about if someone else is going to like you.
But you got to deep dive into it. As a former orientation leader myself, I was trying to create an inclusive space for everybody. But, like, you have to be your authentic self. You have to, if you're not the talker, if you're not the one that initiates conversation, just be open to accepting conversation and meeting anybody, regardless if you would have been friends with them in high school or not.
Yeah, and also, like, don't worry less about if someone's going to like you and worry about if you like them.
Yes.
Everyone is auditioning to be your friend at all times. People are trying out to be in your life, and they have to prove whether or not it's worth it to be in your life.
Yep. You don't have to be everybody's friend, and that's still something that I'm learning, but you don't have to be everybody's friend as long as you find your people that you can hang with.
And the only way to find those people is to show up as yourself, because you can show up as, like, the cooler version of yourself, and you can make more friends, but you're never going to feel like at home with those people.
Don't do it. You're 15 hours away.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hi, I gotta reach this one.
No, I'm starving. And today we have a thick snack. We have Lunchables today, and they're not your average Lunchables. They're the ones that are in that big box. We're not going small. We're going big, or we're going home.
Okay, so we're working with, for me, a Fruit Punch Capri Sun.
For me, I'm working with a Pacific Cooler. Best one. Best one.
I'm pissed. Okay, so what are your, like, honest thoughts on Lunchables before we go into this?
I don't think I was actually having Lunchables.
Oh my god, it smells disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
No, it's the slimiest meat I've ever. What type of meat is it? Turkey.
Lunchables are always like, if you want something wet and slimy.
No, I'm sorry. I hate to say anything, like any meat. Oh my god, I just got sprayed in the face by the soaking wet turkey. Did you see the drips?
Not the moan.
Mm-hmm.
It holds
Taste
up.
There. Taste is there.
Really?
Uh-huh. With any Lunchable, you're always chasing the sweet. And I think in my life, I'm always chasing the sweet. There's something about it.
This is better than any New York slice. You know what I mean?
No, I know.
Something about the raw pita.
Yeah. There's something about, like, there's no crunch. There's nothing to it.
It's just, like, uncooked. It's cold cheese.
Yep.
Cold sauce.
Yep.
And 3 slices of pepperoni.
Absolutely. If you can get past the overwhelming stench of a Lunchable, you will have a great night. Mm-hmm. You'll have a great day.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Well, here we are again. Another Wednesday in the books.
Check.
Another episode checked off. Mm-hmm. Episode 11. Good Children, the podcast. So many incredible things happened today. I can't even believe we've made it this far.
Me either.
I'm once again deeply fatigued.
Yeah, I mean, because, like,
do I have an iron deficiency?
Should we start popping iron pills?
I think I should get blood work done. Woo! If you want to follow us, you know where to find us. At Good Children Pod on TikTok.
At Andrew_MUSKY on TikTok.
At Be Quiet Joe.
Yeah.
On Instagram, at Good Children Pod.
At Andrew Muscarella, MUSCARELLA.
And at JOEHEGYES, Joe Hegyes. Don't forget to rate and review. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button.
Tell your friends,
tell your family, tell your mom, tell your teacher, tell your students, tell your... Yeah, you know the drill at this point, you guys. We'll see you next week. Love and light.
Love and light.
You pull me aside when something ain't right. You talk to me now and into the night, till it's alright again. You're a true friend.